Hello children, the present video is the fifth part of History chapter 5, that is the rebellion of 1857. In this video, we will understand how the company reacted and fought back against the rebels in the revolt of 1857. So children, the company decided to suppress the revolt with all its might. That is why reinforcements were brought in from England. New laws were enacted to make it easy for the company to convict the rebels. The company then moved forces into the storm centers of revolt. Delhi was recaptured from the rebel forces in September 1857. Although Bahadur Shah Zafar was proclaimed the Emperor of India, he proved to be a very weak ruler. That is why he was arrested. He was tried in a court and sentenced to life imprisonment. His sons were shot dead before his eyes. He was sent to prison in Rangoon along with his wife Begum Zeenat Mahal in October 1858. The last Mughal emperor died in the Rangoon jail in November 1862. Children, it took almost 2 years for the British to bring the entire situation under its control. Lucknow was recaptured or annexed in March 1858. Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi was killed in a battle in June 1858. Tansya Top escaped to the jungles of central India. He continued to wage a guerrilla war with the support of many tribal and peasant leaders. He was captured, tried, and ultimately killed in April 1859. Now, children, one very important thing to understand is that the British were able to gain back control over the lost places and employed different strategies for the same. For example, the British tried to win back people's loyalty. That is why rewards were announced for the loyal landlords. The loyal landlords were allowed to enjoy the traditional rights over the land. The rebels were told by the company that if they submitted to the British, they would remain safe and their claims, privileges, discretions, and rights would not be denied. But there was a condition that they had not killed any white people. Hundreds of sepoys, rebels, nawabs, and rajas were tried and hanged. Now, children, we will understand about the various causes or the reasons for the failure of the revolt of 1857. So, the first cause was that the revolt of 1857 was localized and very poorly organized. Due to lack of communication facilities, the sepoys of the widely depressed cantonments could not act simultaneously or unanimously in a concerted manner. Also, the revolt did not spread to the wider regions of the country. Secondly, the revolt was without a clear leader. The need of the time was a leader with military capabilities and political skills who could fuse the scattered elements into a consolidated force with great momentum and a definite policy. Now, such a leader was hard to emerge. Bahadur Shah I was an old and exhausted man and also lacked organizing ability. Nana Sahib, though possessed some ability, lacked military leadership. Other leaders such as Rani Lakshmibai, Kunwar Singh and the Begum of Awadh were local leaders and lacked all India's standing. This also led to the failure of the revolt of 1857. The next cause for the failure of the revolt of 1857 was the lack of mass support. Children, the sepoys could not get the support from the population. The revolt did not attract common people who continued to remain passive and quite indifferent to the revolt. At many places, the revolt was confined to the sepoys only. Now, the reason for this was the lack of intimate link or communications between the sepoys and the common people. Even among the sepoys, many remained loyal to the British. Lastly, the revolt lacked support from the ruling princes, as the ruling princes were reluctant to support the sepoys. On the other hand, they actively assisted the British in suppressing the revolt. Now, the sepoys also had very few guns and muskets. They fought chiefly with swords and spears. On the other hand, the British soldiers were well equipped with the latest arms and ammunitions. That is why, owing to all these drawbacks and loopholes, the revolt of 1857 was not successful. Okay, children, thank you.